For pesky things like socks, we gotta use the washboard. So you get some of this soap, get a good spot there, make sure it's nice and wet, and scrub as hard as you can.
Pioneer Day at the museum at Campbell River, where even the most mundane event lifts off the page of the dusty history books and comes to life.
Once it's out, I will put it over the stove to make sure it's nice and dry, or over some bushes. And then after I finish my laundry, I'll put all my kids in for a bath. I think it really shows how things change and how much a community has changed also. And it shows old-fashioned stuff, so when they go see their washer at home, they're like, I'm so lucky. And yeah, that they just appreciate stuff and how culture has changed.
Jenny is one of 3 Heritage Interpreter summer students at the museum, all stoked about history.
I love this job because I get the opportunity to actually work with history that on other days we are actually down in the archives looking through stuff to develop new programs. So it is a great opportunity to use all kinds of skills I've used in school and actually use them in a real setting. Instead of just doing research and writing a boring paper, I'm actually doing research and then pretending I'm James Curtis living in a cabin. I gotta head out to the well to fill these up with water. Living in Campbell River, I've always wondered about, like, when did people come here and why did they come here? And through history we get to discover these reasons, and it's always very fascinating. And the other thing I love about history is you can look at a microcosm like Campbell River and see how it fits into a bigger picture of just BC history, or the bigger picture of Canadian history, or even world history.
So, would you guys like living on a clubhouse?
Nothing like trying on the clothing of the day for a tactile experience of many yesterdays ago.
I love history because it proves that the way we live now is not always the way that we had to live, or was in some sense inevitable. There's so many different ways our life could have gone, and lives back in the past were so very different from our own. And we often forget just how different and how unique the way we live now is. So I love history because it truly shows us why things are the way they are today, and just more importantly, the other courses of development that human lives could have taken.
It's hard not to think of how today will be reflected in the museums of tomorrow.
One day, people will be studying us and will be looking at how we taught our children about the world, and the way we progressed with our daily lives, and the way we made big decisions as a society about things like war. But I think that if we look back to the past and we study it very carefully, they'll at least note that we were trying to improve ourselves, and that'll be just as important as anything else they see about our daily lives.
The wringer washer, and we used to every once in a while like to do that with a blouse.
For more information about summer programs, you can visit this website. In Campbell River, I'm Marjorie Greaves.